Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to a new video from CG Blast channel. My name is Alberto Gatto and today I'm gonna be going through a simple animation which is gonna be a simple blink, let's say cartoony blink, with this character, Jack, provided by Anim Squad animation course online that I attended a few years ago. And so yeah, today we're going to be animating something really simple, which is a blink and eye directions, so like, you know, making the character look from one side to another and trying to give a little bit of personality to this character. So we're gonna get straight into it. As you can see here, I've made a couple of selection sets here that it's pretty easy to do. Into Maya, you select certain controls, you go to Create, Sets, and Quick Selection Set, and then you type something and then add to shelf, and you're gonna find it in the shelf. In this case, I have my personal one called Tools, and I have my several stuff that we're gonna be using today. As I said, this shelf for the eyes, so some little details that we have here for the eyes, the brows, and of course I also have my Twin Machine, that it's one of my favorite tools, but we're gonna go through it later. So yeah, what we're gonna be animating is really simple, something that we're not gonna take much time. I'll go really straightforward into this, and I hope you can follow what would be my choices, you know, technically wise and also acting wise in this case. So it's gonna be a really short animation, so I think we're gonna be needing less than 100 frames. But yeah, for now, let's just start digging a little bit and creating our first pose. And one of the things I actually would like to do, because it's something I haven't done, is make a selection with all the, let's say, the controls we're gonna be using. So let's say, yeah, the head and all the other things, and create a new selection set, and call it all. Okay, so here we go. And so the first thing that I want to do is go into the preferences, animation, and go here in the tangents and select the default tangents and clamped, in tangents clamped, and out in stepped. So because we're gonna do a little first pass of blocking, so we'll see what comes out of it. And so I wanna also say that sometimes we are able to have some pickers, especially when we work in companies. We have some, you know, we can find really complex character, and we don't want to go, you know, in the perspective view. Maybe we have our camera here. Let's suppose that this perspective view, close up on the head, is like our camera, and we have our perspective view here. So we go around and go and select maybe the finger here or this other part here. So sometimes it can be boring. We can have tools like the Anim School Picker, which is very comfortable and useful, and I use it every time. But in this case, we're just going to be using a few controls, and that's why I created a personal selection set. So yeah, let's start digging a little bit into our first pose. So I want to select everything, put a key, selecting S on our keyboard. And so now the first thing that I would like to do is create the first pose, making Jack look a little bit more on his right, so left screen, and start building a little bit the first pose, which can be something like this, and then tweaking a little bit certain pieces of the eyes, okay, stuff like that. And of course, we can do some little changes, like, you know, this kind of shapes favoring camera, you know, with the nose. Yeah, let's do this. And let's work a little bit on the brows, or maybe keeping this one down. Yeah, so I'm just going really straightforward. Yeah, sometimes it can take time to just build the first pose and make it like a little bit appealing, because as we know, it's really important to create something appealing. That's the most important thing for us animators. There you go. Yeah, so nothing too fancy. I don't want to go too much off model. Okay, and maybe close this eye a little bit. Yeah, something like this. Maybe close this one a little bit too. Yeah, okay. So not nothing too fancy, as I said. We're just going trying to find a nice shape for the overall brow. So there you go. So yeah, it's not really bad. So I like to have this kind of continuity, like the the brows really round here and goes down, and then certain kind connects to the other shape here. So I don't want to do things like this, that you can feel that it's too much unconnected, even though it's nice, but I don't want to unconnect it too much. Yeah, so let's leave it like this for now. Okay, so this would be our first pose. Okay, and I'll select everything and put a key on the character. So now what I would like to do is to go a few frames later, just you know have some time between, and we're gonna work on the timing later. So what I want to do now is create another pose that will be the exact same pose, or let's say not the exact same pose, but working on the other side. So let's zero out the nose, for instance, and put it a little bit on the other side here. Bring this guy down. So try to make a little bit following the pose that we just did, and just mirror it out on the other side. Yeah, it's not bad. Trying always to keep that cartoony feel, as I said before. Let's zero out this pose. Okay, and then go here. Bring this out a little bit. And maybe, you know what, we can do like little tweaks like on the mouth here, like, favoring the arc of the shape of the head. And maybe we can do the same thing here. Just a little bit. We don't want to do too fancy stuff. Okay, so yeah, we're not, like I said, we're not doing stuff too much complicated. Maybe let's rotate the head a little bit like this, a little bit cool, to make it feel cool. And on the other side, do the same thing. That's not bad. So what I would like to do now is, of course, close this eye a little bit. Eventually keep this one a little bit more open. Maybe not too much. Yeah, so it's coming along. It's nice. I don't want to go and put too much details, like, work with other controls now, because otherwise it will take forever. Maybe we can just tweak a few little things. Go here, do the same thing. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot we can do to polish our poses. But for now, it's just a demonstration, and just to show you a little bit how I approach certain things. And so, as you see, we have this first two poses. And so what I would like to do now is basically go into the middle of this and create our first breakdown. So we have our two key poses, our 1 and 2. First important thing, I would like to save my shot, because one of the things that it's really important to do is saving our shots. So there you go. I'm working with a student version of Maya right now, so I mean with a file that should be a student version, so that's why it's popping that that alert. So yeah, cool. So cool. So now that we have this, we'll go straight creating a pose in the middle, so our first breakdown, and that's where I would like to bring out my Tween Machine. So selecting everything, be sure to have a key on the entire character on each pose, and I'm going to go in the middle here and put a breakdown just right in the middle, or maybe not, just a little bit back here. Okay, and so as you can see, Maya mathematically created a pose right straight in the middle of the kind of values that we have on this frame here, on this key here, and on the other one. So it goes mathematically in the middle, but we want to change something. We want to make a nice in between where the character is blinking, as we said. So the first thing I would like to do is bringing down the head. So I like the idea of making blink, and doing this kind of things, right? So that while we are blinking, there's also a little bit of arc down in the head. So this is a thing that helps a lot with the overall smoothness of an animation, because it's really important to create arcs in order to make everything fluid. So let's go here, and I just want to zero out everything in these controls of the eyes that controls the opening of the eyes, right? And if I put on 0, automatically the eyes are closed if I put 0 on this character. So I just want to go in depth here and just adjust a few little things to make sure that it's all nice and closed the way I want it. Okay. And another thing that I will want to do is start to squash also our brows. I really like the idea of okay, so I like it. It's really nice. Maybe rotate the head a little bit on this side, and there we go. So we have our blink for now. Actually, what I think we can go a little bit more further down with something here. I don't want to go too much far, otherwise it's gonna break maybe the rig. Okay. There you go. That's not bad at all. Okay. So right now, as you can see, we have this poses. And of course, I feel that the timing is too slow. So what I want to do is to speed up everything. And so let's cut away some frames. What I would like to do when I'm doing blocking is to work with even numbers. So 2, 4, 8, like this. And especially when I'm in blocking, I personally like to work like on step 4. So a key every 4 frames, and then work my way, from there. But in this case, I want to work on step 8. So put the first key on 8 and the other one on 8 frames later. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be 16, of course. And from 0 to 8, it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. So let's see. Yeah, I really feel that it's working nice right now. And so cool. What I want to do is like create a little bit more ease for this pose so that it's coming along more soft. So I want to put like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At this point, I want to duplicate this pose, put it here at 24. And on 16, I want to go in my Tween Machine and just select this thing here that helps me, you see, creating this nice almost ease. Cool, that's really nice. So now basically this is our blocking. I can say that this is a first pass of blocking. And so if at this point we're at step 8, I'm gonna go down and add some in-betweens, working on step 4 right now. So this is my personal workflow. Be sure to have a key on every control. So selecting every control and put select S, press S on our keyboard. And now let's go on step 4 and work my way. Really, I'm gonna be really straightforward here and work a little bit with the values here and try to create something that I think can be nice. So let's see how it looks. Yeah, I want to put like a nice ease here. Right. And maybe here, selecting the eyes, I still want to keep them open a little bit more. Yeah. Maybe here have them more open already. Nice. So let's go here in step 4 again, selecting everything. And now I want to speed up everything. Yeah. Yeah, so basically we have like at the beginning it's a little bit more soft and then the rotation starts to accelerate. Yeah, so that's not bad at all. One of the things that I want to go here is manually keeping the rotation of the head down a bit more. Yeah, so it's not really bad at all. Cool. So yeah, we can see that something is already in a good shape. So what I want to do now is basically goal and put some other in betweens so that we can find ourselves in step 2. So usually when I'm on step 2, that's where I usually get when I have some soft animation like this. Sometimes I work also on step 4 and I go straight into spline. But right now, what I want to do is go in the middle now on step 2. So always trying to stay in even numbers. So that's what I try to do every time. And yeah, so then I'm gonna find myself exactly in the middle between 0 and 4 in this case. And so I wanna go here and start to put some, yeah, always be aware to not make make things too linear. So try to always keep this sense of acceleration. Right. Cool. So let's say yeah, maybe this point can be a little bit more soft. I feel there's like a sort kind of little pop somewhere. And we're gonna polish later in the graph editor. Maybe not. You know what? I'm feeling that actually it's not. It's too slow. So I'm gonna delete what I was doing. Yeah. This is a really straightforward face, so yeah, we're gonna be splining it later and maybe make this thing this movement a little bit softer, because now actually I feel that it could be softer. And again, I like the idea of having the head a little bit more with an arc. Yeah, it's not bad. Nice. And maybe one of the things that I would like to do eventually is to have like a sort kind of overshoot. Oh, that's too much. But yeah, you know what I mean. It's just playing around. And maybe it's too much. I'm messing up a little bit stuff here. Yeah. Cool. So this is our first pass. I mean, this is a blocking plus done, blocking plus, and usually at this point I start like bringing everything to spline, but we're gonna do this in another part. This is gonna be part 1 with just the blocking, and so we're in part 2. We're gonna be looking on how to how to animate this blinks better with a nice polish, and yeah, so we're gonna be doing also this. Right now I have also my camera here locked, so let's unlock it and push it back a little bit so you can have like a nice idea of what we've done so far. Yeah, so it's not bad at all. It's a basic it's a basic blink. So this is what we're doing so far. Yeah, so we're gonna be having the second part soon. So this is part 1. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, for any kind of questions, leave me comments in the section below, and I'll be happy to answer any kind of questions. If you like this video, please subscribe in order to make this channel grow. Thanks again for watching. Happy animating, and see you on another video. Bye.